Welcome back to Time by the Tent. I'm Joey Baird. Beside me is
Holly Baird.
So we're going to talk about in this segment these 7, and this is just purely our opinion. So there's not an article, there's not a university study extension, there's not a DNR.
This is our article.
This is our article. There's not a DNR article that says this is what you need to do. 7 must-takes when you are going to camp. And this is from our experience, and we certainly would invite you to share yours at twvgshow@gmail.com or 1-800-927-SHOW, and let us know if any of what we're missing here. So, the first take that you must take, the first thing you must take camping is knowledge, which means where are you going? What's the best, where are you going? What is around the area that you're going? The ability to know what the weather is. If you're RVing, so you know if there's going to be wind or because of the awning you're going to have out. Do you need to stake the tents down? Is it going to be very windy? Because if you don't need to necessarily stake every area down on the tent, that saves some time and some effort. So knowledge, knowing what is going on where you're going. So it's not just, we're going to get in the car and go. Do a little research so you know the weather, the conditions.
I think another thing that's good to know is things like, just in case, maybe where the nearest hospital is.
Yeah.
Nearest shelter, food store, things like that. Gas station. Yeah. Just knowing, like Joey said, the area. I know him and I have camped at places that are newer to us, and then places that maybe areas that I've camped before or hiked before. So, and I think it's fun to try new places too.
Well, and most places on the, state campsites, they have decent cellular service in which you can say in Google, gas station near me, hospital near me. It'll tell you these things.
But sometimes your service isn't
correct.
The best.
Yeah.
That's good to keep in mind too. So the next one is to plan for bathrooms. So it can be as simple as, okay, I know that this campsite has bathrooms 4 sites down from me, whatever. Or maybe you want to bring your own.
Because this is not something that you want. I got to go now. I got to figure out where it is, and it's not something. We bring our own. We talked to Dale from 5 Bites on YouTube, his YouTube channel. He brings his own in his camp, in his truck camper. So it's good to know where these facilities are, not just for you, but if you have a family. What is the kids have always got to go to the bathroom. It's an ordeal. The whole thing. Not that you should always get your campsite near the facilities, but know that it's a 2-minute walk. It's a 3-minute walk. If you're not going to bring your own, if you're tent camping or truck camper camping, RVs have these built into the system there. And it's just something you need to be aware of when you are planning your trip.
Right. So, yeah, you want to keep that in mind. Number 3 is a first aid kit. So you want things like you can purchase first aid kit. You can make your own. I have a first aid kit here. I have one in my car, in Joey's car, in my hiking backpack. I have first aid kits everywhere. Now, are they as complete everywhere? No, but I do have what we need. So you can need maybe bandages, needles, tweezers, eye wash, burn save kit.
Burn savvy.
Burn salve.
Salve, yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure that these are up to date, because Band-Aids are not as sticky as you may think they are when they're 10 years old.
No. And also just know where the stuff is.
Yeah.
That's what's important too. And even if you have alcohol wipes in your first aid kit, they do dry up after a while. So something to keep in mind. And
these may be things that you've already thought of, or maybe we're enlightening you on some things in which I should probably do that.
I've worked jobs where they had a first aid kit on the wall and it was missing Band-Aids.
The first aid kit was installed in 1963 when the building was put
there was like a layer of dust on it. And you just hope that whatever it's
going to be easier just to run to the hospital.
Yeah, the aspirin in it was like from 1972. So, yeah.
Number 4, extra batteries or battery packed or power stations if you don't have a power spot, or you're not, like, you brought your own RVs that have these Some of them have these built in where they have an onboard generator. But it is good because cell phones take power, lights take power, almost like flashlights and lanterns now. If you're not on kerosene, they are LED, rechargeable. And if you are in a place where cell service is minimal, your phone is going to work harder to keep that signal than if you were in a perfectly right under a tower 5G, where it doesn't have to require the energy to continue to make sure the connection is good.
Right. You want to think about power, and if you're like, well, I'm off grid, blah blah blah, I don't want to have power, that's okay too, but it's smart to think about having something. And
these little phone power packs, they're 10,000 milliamps up to, I've seen them up to 30, 40, 50,000 milliamps. That'll charge, the 10,000 milliamp, what I have, charges my phone, I think, 2.5 times. So it's something that, and you can charge your lanterns with your battery, your internal battery lanterns, or whatever you need to power. But
there's also a lot of solar power items like flashlights and lanterns,
right?
And some of them, like our lantern, will charge something off of it, right? I think.
Yeah. But the lantern itself will take 19 hours from dead to fully charge through solar. It'll take like 2 hours if you plug it in. But you have, 5 hours on max, 8 hours on, 8 hours on minimal or medium, and like 10 hours on light duty, I think, something like that. So, but you can pull power out of that to do such. Number 5, pillows. We've gone camping without pillows before. It's not fun.
Yeah.
And you can have the pillows that you use in your bedroom, or there are inflatable camp pillows, which I've used. And then there also are more compact pillows in which you can purchase and then fluff out, like these down sleeping bags. They're not down they're not duck or goose feathers in the pillows, but you fluff them up and they can be very soft. So if you need something firm, an air pillow or inflated pillow probably be the better. We've got a review on a couple of pillows.
The synthetic down.
Yeah,
synthetic, whatever it is. Yeah.
On our website, parent website, the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com. Just go under the camping tab at the top, and there's the videos. You scroll down, we got several product reviews there.
And I think if you're in a pinch, you can use some clothes.
Right, and that's what some of these people do.
Yeah.
But I just, if I can bring a pillow is going to be much more enjoyable than rolling up a sweatshirt and using that.
I know for me, I like to sleep a little bit elevated, so I like to bring my one pillow. So
we're going to go with number 7 first, and then number 6. Number 7, fire extinguisher. Now this is, RVs have these in it. Truck campers, you can add this. Tent camping, people may not think, I should have a fire extinguisher. Well, if you're cooking in the tent with a propane burner, which you may have to if it's pouring down rain, or if things get out of control, you always want to have these things and never need them, then need them and never have them. A fire extinguisher, you can use it it's a multi-use extinguisher. You could, if I was doing it, I wouldn't take the one out of the kitchen. I would have one strategically for everything, so you're not forgetting, I forgot to bring it, or I forgot to put it back in the kitchen.
Right. Just to have it with your camping gear.
And you can have, these can be small or very large. I would go with the small one, because if the small one's not fixing the problem's already too big to fix.
Right. Just to have something.
Right.
And also it's important to practice fire safety. Make sure that you are burning within your fire pit.
Or if you're not supposed to burn at all.
Or if you're not supposed to burn at all. Sometimes, especially lately with the wind we've been having where we are, there's been a lot of burn bans, things like that. And then also when you are done with your fire, you want to let it die off, and then you do want to pour water over it, and that's proper fire safety.
Right. Now the final one, which I had these in different order, the miscellaneous: extra plates, food, water, soap, towels, disinfectants, notepad to take with you so you can write down the things you forgot to take this time, so you can build your repertoire of, here's everything that I need to take camping. Not too much, but these are the necessities that make the weekend enjoyable.
And some people will take these lists and they'll laminate them and they'll attach them to a bag or something.
And they'll check them off.
Yeah, and they'll check them off. whatever. And so whatever works for you. Like, I know just for me, when I go anywhere, I have a list on my phone of standard things that I bring in my notes app. And then that way I don't even have to think about it.
You should print that off, because sometimes maybe that app will never exist. And then what are you going to do?
I'll just write it down.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of in my brain.
Oh, okay.
But it's just there as a reminder.
Well, other things, like butter, aluminum foil, a cooking grate.
Joey
if that's
and I forgot butter once.
Yeah.
Have we talked about this?
We
on the show?
talked about. We can talk about it again.
So we forgot butter in our last camping trip. It was a 2-day or 2-night camping trip, and it was like a hike in sight. So we forgot butter, but luckily I had tossed some avocados or an avocado, whatever, into my backpack as I was walking out the door. And so we used that. It was different, but
it worked okay.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. There's many lists online in which you can go, okay, here's what I should take. But no list is going to provide you with the experience of knowing that, hey, I don't need that, or I do need that. I need to write that down and make sure when I get home I put that in the camping section of the room, so that will go with us next week. Or something that may be able to stay in the truck or the car or the RV, and have multiple bottles of hydrogen peroxide, one in the camper, one in the bathroom at the house, one in the the first aid kit type of thing. And
there's just so many containers now that you can buy.
Too many.
Anywhere, any place, wherever you go. So it's easy.
Don't put peroxide in one of those. Peroxide's got to be in a dark.
Right, but I'm just saying that something like cooking oil.
Right, yes.
You can even repurpose the glass container that you have and put the cooking oil in it. It's just, there's a lot of things that you can put. You can purchase miniature things if you want to, or whatever you want to call them, travel size. So it's a lot easier than I think it used to be. And like Joey said, I mean, especially for me, I do the shopping for the food for camping. So I think, okay, we're going to have burgers. Okay, we got to get the meat and the buns, but we have the cheese at home. And then it's like, okay, you got to remember the cheese. And that's how we forgot our butter.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're new to camping or you're going to start camping, hopefully this will help you. And you can certainly ask any questions that you have if you're new or you want to contribute to the conversation.